Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully everything should be working out fine here. Okay, yeah, things look like they're live on my side. That's nice to see that. So hello to everybody in the chat. It'd be nice to see some live faces here. How are we all doing, man? Hello there, Duckman. You're definitely a normal face to see around here. So Bedster, how you doing, my friend? Yes, today should be rather interesting. We are going to be taking a look at the United Kingdom, which is really quite impressive. I mean, we felt the force of the chieftains last stream, so it'd be nice to actually have them ourselves. And we've seen how formidable they can actually be. Fine for an old man. You're never old if you don't feel it. The best, like how you do, my friend. We have a very interesting stream today. Of course, we were playing as the forces of the United Kingdom, which means obviously the British. So that's going to mean that we have access to chieftains, harriers, some very impressive helicopters. We will be crossing a river today. That's all the details I'm going to give for the moment. It's only around about 5 minutes until we start proper. Oh, thanks, man. That's appreciated. No challenger ones as of yet. I very much do admire the British tanks. I don't know what it is about them, there's just something... I don't know. I don't know what I could put my finger on them. Yes, it would have to be a late period. I think what I've always liked about the chieftains is just the swept back turret look. If that makes any sense. I mean, the turrets are very well armed. Well armored, I should say. Hello there, Grey Knight. How are we doing, my friend? So how have you all been doing? You had a great day? Great evening. I hope so. The last stream was very exciting, I've got to say. I did very much enjoy that. It was definitely quite the onslaught. And it really did feel like it could have gone either way, to be fair. Hello there, Lanza, how you doing, my friend? But that battle could have gone either way, really. It was lucky that we actually decided to not go beyond the first town. As I think if we'd have gone beyond the first town, we might have been taken apart by the British forces. Hello there, Slam. How you doing, my friend? I'm not too bad. I actually getting really into the TRPG sort of scene. I actually managed to pick myself up now. The Dark Heresy 2 called Rulebook, the Rogue Trader, and the Black Heresy. Black Crusade rulebooks. So after the stream is over, I'm going to head out and meet some friends, where I'll be like inducting them into Dark Heresy, like doing like a character creation session, as I'll be GMing. 1983, that's interesting. Hello there, Moonin. How you doing, my friend? I did have some, what's it now? Teppanyaki? Yeah, I went for teppanyaki last weekend. That was really interesting. But I got nearly lost my eyebrows. The chef was really funny, but I was like, open your mouth, and I just throw things at people. Oh dear, that was fun. Hello there, Jaculus. How you doing, my friend? Now, if you guys have the means and the ability to do so, I would definitely appreciate a share on the stream. That'd be great. A few minutes to go here. What is your favourite vehicle in the game? Oh, a good question, really, isn't it? I so far like the Abrams. They're very capable. But then again, they're very capable, but they can also be destroyed rather easily. Everything is pretty much like that. Everything is basically a glass cannon. I'm not doing too bad at all, my friends. Good to hear. 1 more minute now. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once more to Armored Brigade. Well, today we'll be taking a look at the forces of the United Kingdom. So, that means I will get access to the mighty chieftains that absolutely almost annihilated us as of last stream. So, here we go, right into this then. Okay, so we're going to choose single missions, and we will be playing the River Elbe crossing today. A hasty river crossing is a continuation of the attack across the river with no intentional pause at the water to prepare, so there is no loss of momentum. Okay, we'll take a quick overview here of the scenario description so we can get moving pretty quickly. This scenario, I'm not entirely sure how long. It may be some time. Indeed, we will be facing the USSR. Okay. Now, it is likely that the enemy is mobilizing armored reserves in the rear, ready to reinforce stretched defenses and counterattack. Cross the river with minimal losses, capture the objectives on the opposite bank and hold them until relieved. The Soviets had no time to entrench their position. Now recon units are reporting only light vehicles on the bank itself. Right, intriguing. So I've not had a chance to actually try the scenario beforehand. I was out today. Let's take a look. Okay. We have definitely a smaller and more narrow map than we're used to here. That's going to be rather bloody. And we do have 8 target reference points. That's going to be very handy for us. Okay. Going to turn the music off here. Apologies about that. Right then. Indeed. Too long didn't read cross the river, minimize losses, hold opposite bank, resist counterattack. Indeed. I can only apologize about the screen going black there. It's just, with OBS, it's just changing of the screens there as I clicked onto the screen. But we'll not be seeing any of that, so we should be good to go from here. Okay, so let's take a look at the forces that we have available to us before we really take a look at the actual map and the objectives themselves. So as I was talking about, we do have access to the chieftains here. The Mark V chieftain. Let's take a look at what we can do with this bad boy. So they are equipped with night vision, which is going to be very handy. It is becoming quite late in the day. It's going to be rather interesting. Units minus 25. Right, okay. We have the 120mm L1A5, well, L11A5 gun. We're equipped with APDS and HESH ammunition. Okay. We do have some very high penetration. Now, it will be somewhat interesting to see if we can actually penetrate. Well, this is it. It's like, are we going to be facing against T-64s, T-70s, or T-80s? This is going to be the interesting question here. Indeed, 5:45 PM. This night vision, I wager, is going to come in very handy. The armor is It's okay, it's definitely not what we're used to with the Soviet MBTs, but of course they're incredibly well armoured at the front. Let's take a look then. So we have a number of Chieftain Mach 5s. We also do have mechanized. We have the FB432s, the ones that we've become quite familiar with here. Okay. So they're only armed with a single 7.62mm machine gun. Nothing really impressive here, very low penetration. It's only there really just to give it some kind of defense against infantry. What do we have here on the front lines? We have a Carl Gustav team. So we have... Okay, is this the Carl Gustav recoilless rifle? Heat ammunition. Well, that's very effective. 400mm of penetration at every range. Well, any range. That's very nice. We also have ourselves a MG team. That's very nice. That could be very handy for suppressing enemy infantry. Okay, so we are going to have to cross the road here, which is going to be easier said than done. Sorry, the river here. Now, if we zoom out here, you can see that the river crossing points are highlighted in green. These are points which is fordable. But what we'll do here, just to make this even easier to see, is if we'll put the map mode on here. You can see that our forces will have to cross a small amount of water. Now, the issue with doing something like this, as you can see here, the vehicle trafficability is extremely low, which means there's a pretty good chance that our vehicles may get bogged down and become immobilized as they cross the river, which is, of course, a very dangerous situation. Crossing a river is, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous things that we can do here. There's going to be a lot that can go wrong. So the question comes down to, do we advance across the river as fast as we can? Well, as fast as we can manage. We will not be using the fast command order across the river here, as that would invite vehicles becoming stuck in the mud. So we will have to make a very measured advance across the river. But, yeah, so we are going to get wet, which is going to be rather interesting. Affordable for all vehicles as far as I'm aware. I think we should be fine. Amphibious vehicles, which we don't actually have, I don't believe. Would I imagine be able to cross here? Well, I'd imagine you'd probably still want them to go across here. I'd imagine they'd have no issues with the rivers. Right. We do have a number of target reference points. That's very handy. Now, put down about 2 over here to cover this. Now, you can see here, we are going to be expecting Soviet reinforcements, which is going to be extremely dangerous. What we'll do then is we'll lay down these here, and then we'll cover the center. Okay, so at least we have an overlap. The flanks here aren't exactly covered, but I think we'll be okay. What we need to head for really then is to establish a defensive line. We do have some very good terrain here for that. Let's take a look at the actual map here in an isometric view. So the map itself is extremely flat. Take a look. Yes, extremely flat. The highest point would actually be this small, well, bank over here. There is some higher parts of the map, but for the most part it's very flat. Which does present a very interesting conundrum here. So basically we need to make it to the town. We need to make it to this road over here. This road over here must be reached. If we don't reach this in time, we are going to definitely be struggling here. So, let's hope for the best. Right. Now I'm noticing a little bit of an issue here. The map does seem to be a little bit strange when I'm moving. Okay. Right. Seems to be when I move... There we go, that looks better now. Fantastic. I was a little bit worried that things weren't working out too well. The internet in my area is a little bit terrible today due to like some bad weather, so hopefully that isn't going to interfere. Right here. Now we do have ferret scout cars over here. These are very effective. They are armed with vigilant ATGMs. We only have 2 of those bad boys. 350mm of penetration. Now then. They're going to be handy for obviously dealing with enemy vehicles, but I'd rather save them. I'd find using the scout cars to kill enemy MBTs is very satisfying. Let's take a look. So we have a Scorpion section over here, so FE101 Scorpions. Something that we've become very familiar with in our time. What we will do then is we will have them move and across the embankment. Yes, indeed. Okay, so we need to continue to push up over here. I think potentially this point, potentially round about here, we need somewhere where we can basically pop in and out of. Again, advance. Now notice I'm setting them the advance order. I could set them the scout mission order, but what I'm going to do here then is actually use our MBTs, the actual Chieftain Mark 5s, to actually back up these FV101s. Now, of course, they're not going to have much of a chance to actually use a fast move order. What we'll be doing then... there seems to be a weird flicker. Yeah, okay, it may be due to its interaction with OBS. Things seem to be stable. Let's see. It looks very stable when I using the arrow keys. So I'll use moving the arrow keys. Apologies about this, ladies and gentlemen. There's always a chance for like technical issues. So things look fine when I use the actual arrow keys. So we'll do that then. I'm good with that. I hope you hope you guys are as well. Right then, we'll advance up to this position here. Slightly forward, have them rotate in this direction. We want to have them facing across the embankment to ensure the security of our FV101s. So again, we'll move fast up to this position here, have them move out with contact orders, and then be ready to give overwatch. We do have some air support here. We do have access to 4 Harrier, which is, well, these are very nice jets. The Harrier jets are very, very nice. So they're equipped with 2 30mm cannon. Both of them are. They both carry 68mm rocket pods, about 36 rockets in each, as well as 2 Gazelles. Very nice. These, of course, will give us some very good information. I think we'll take a look at deploying them to begin with. We notice that this is actually the highest point in the map, which is rather intriguing. I think what we'll do here then is we'll begin by deploying them over the trees, which will increase their height, which should ideally give us a good point of reference. Yes, if we take a look over here, we can see their line of sight, which is very nice. We'll have them overwatch over here. Then we'll have their second position across the river here, where they should be even higher up in the air. We should have another great line of sight. I'm not going to deploy them this way due to the fact that the buildings here will block this to a degree. This is actually quite nice and open, so we'll keep them looking about here. Yes, we do have cluster bomb munitions as well as iron bomb munitions. They're going to be very nice. Yes, definitely a great line of sight here. Which does lead me here. We do have the Kennedy-Chrušcev team. What we are going to do then is we're going to move them up. Take a look at their formation. Have you move up over here. Rotate in that direction. Rotate in that direction. I do have the MG team over here. I think what we will do then is advance the scout cars all together. We need to get them across. Move fast there, then advance across here. Delay that last order. Now we do have some actual mortar carriers down here. Sections of those, which is very nice. We are equipped with... how many rounds do we carry? 132 81mm rounds, that's very effective. Yes, it would be rather dangerous to see Soviet helicopters. That would be very dangerous. Well, let's see here. Which landing is the one that we fear the most? I would say this one. Well, crossing point, I should say. I would say this one would be the one to fear. Now, what we'll do then is actually drop smoke rounds. I'm going to cover the flank roundabout here. The question comes down to, should I be covering closer? Well, let's see. Where do I imagine the Soviets might deploy their forces? I'd imagine further up by these buildings here. So we'll adjust that smoke there. And we'll adjust the smoke to about here. We can obviously change that location later. We'll have them fire for effect. Now we are going to set up artillery. Notice that we do have over 1,000 rounds of high explosive ammunition. Extremely effective. Though we lack the DPICM. It's a shame. We do have 192 rounds of smoke munitions, which is very effective. So what we'll do here then is we'll make a new mission, Glasgow 1. will issue about 6 guns, I believe. I'd say we'll probably, yeah, we'll put more guns to this. We'll have a large, maybe about 8, that'll do. Okay, so I don't want it to be wide, I want it to be extremely long, however. So we will be using our smoke munitions. There's going to be 32 rounds of smoke. Increase that to about 40. That's a lot of smoke, I've got to say. Okay, we'll have to change that, make it wider. But keep that narrowness. Okay, superb. Now, where do we want to drop this? This is the question. The immediate engagement, so no units are dug in. I think what we may want to do then is actually cover our advance from a certain angle. I'd say probably this area here. At least that will cover our forces in this area. This area will benefit from obviously the buildings being very close, so they can reach them pretty quickly. But this area out in the open does somewhat concern me. I could drop it there, but I doubt there will be much in the way here. So what we'll do then is we'll drop the smoke rounds about here in the open. Conceal our forces as they cross. Now we do have our additional chieftains over here. We will have them move. I want them to cross the river ASAP, really. So we'll have them move across here. Once they're across, we'll give them further orders. So we have our units moving here. We also have another 2 Gustav teams. We also have multiple mechanized, which is going to be intriguing. What we're going to do then is we're going to set them up to basically make it across here. I could have them march, but that's a little bit too far out. So what we'll do then is... Yes, there we go. I want my headquarter units to move up as well. I hope you guys can forgive me for getting a little bit tongue-tied as well. I always do that. Terrible for it. Whenever I start to stream, I'm always getting tongue-tied. Right, so we'll have them move quite quickly. And then, of course, they can advance across here. We want them to make it into the actual buildings, especially this location here. Now, we want to move with the chieftains in front. What we'll do then is we'll have them advance slowly to this point here. Then, once the chieftains are across, we'll have them move up. Now, yes, these guys need to head over this way. We'll have them move quite quickly here. We'll have our forces follow up to. They can move up to the actual crossing point. Now, we'll have chieftains cross. I need to get armor across the river line here. The issue is if we're too slow, we may very well be pushed back. Crossing anybody like this is extremely dangerous. The reason for that is you're splitting your forces up here. Thankfully, we do have very dangerous and very well-equipped units. It's just an issue of, even with that advantage, if we are cut off from the reinforcements or cut off from half our own forces, it's never a good sign. A bunch of scouts with man-portable AT weapons or worse, a Ford ATGM team or 2, yes, it's really dangerous. Now, I could call in my chopper here to actually designate the actual... to designate the area to actually give us a extra pair of eyes in the sky. The issue is, though, I'd rather see what's actually in the location first and foremost. I think as far as it goes for the additional fire support, it's a difficult question because at the end of the day, I don't want to have them wasting shells, but would it be too bad of an idea to actually potentially lay down some suppressing fire here? Then again, if we call in the helicopters rather quickly, we may have a chance of seeing enemy units over here in the distance. We could at least lay down some effective fire. So we will be dropping smoke rounds here, which would be great. We also have some rapier anti-air. That's very handy. Right. This building is definitely where I want to go. That's where I want to be. That has a really commanding line of sight. We do have the Kennedy-Chrušcev teams here. I am going to have them cross the river. I think I need to get them immediately to that building there. Ideally. Indeed. They'll come in greatly handy. What we will do then is we will set the standard operating procedure here. So hold basically until they're within effective range. Rightio. They are pretty awesome, aren't they? Right then, ladies and gentlemen. Do we feel like we're ready for this? Because I don't think we are. I think it's going to be rather bloody. But we'll begin. Okay, so we can already see here there's potential enemy units in this area. So what we'll do then is... Notice that we don't have any information on the riverbank here. I think what we'll do then is we'll take what guns we have available. And we'll have them fire basically for suppressive use. So, Glasgow 2. About 330 meters. Obviously set them to high explosive. We do have a lot of shells here. About over 1,000. I think what we'll do then is we'll drop about 104 high explosive rounds. Actually, let's make that a larger area. Large as possible, 570 meters. I doubt this will actually do any damage to the enemy. But what I want to do here is I want to actually, well, ideally delay the enemy. Ideally disrupt their movements. So at least a few rounds down range should ideally do that. Hello there, Nicholas. How you doing, my friend? Okay. So let's see. Units are moving out. Our mortars are just and ready to fire. They'll fire for effect as soon as possible. Now, let's take a look at the FV-101 Scorpion. The FV-101 Scorpion is a pretty capable scout vehicle. The armor is actually rather effective for what we may be going up against here on the other side of the river. If we take a look at the armament, we are equipped with HESH ammunition. Now, sadly, this is only 127mm of penetration, but even so, that could be quite deadly against an enemy at a flank. So yes, the chieftains do need to move up pretty damn quickly, which they are doing. I love the look of the chieftains. Glasgow 1, firing mission. I'm actually quite happy I'm dropping the smoke here, at least that'll give us a chance to actually ideally deploying these buildings. We are making our way across the river. Now, what I want to make clear here is that this is not a great place for our vehicles we're traveling across. There is a definite chance that they may become stuck here in the actual river. You need to be quite careful. Chieftains will be moving up here rather quickly. Ideally, they should be able to spot the enemy. Now, with our forces moving across the river, what we are going to do is actually bring in the Gazelle helicopters. I want them on station, so ideally, we can bring in our Harrier jets to actually ideally destroy the enemy as they're on their way. I think that could be quite a good thing to do. We may be able to see from the Gazelles if the enemy is using SPAA. Okay, rounds down range. Okay, yes, we've had our first... Okay, immobilized here, which is a shame. Definitely not what I was hoping for. It's part of the actual command. Again, the vehicle traffic ability is actually rather higher. But yes, they become bogged down on the field, which is a shame. Thankfully, it's nothing too important. Right, the Gazelles have arrived. Okay, what we're going to do here then is change the location of this smoke. Keep moving it around here, ideally spread out. It's a shame that we lost one of the FV-432s already, but thankfully it's not a chieftain. So far so good in crossing the river here. FV-101s are reaching the riverbank. There we go, smoke inbound. Yeah, I really feel like the enemy's moving here, so we definitely need to get forces across the river ASAP. I think what we will do then is, once these guys are set up, we'll have them move out. Thankfully our Carl Gustav team is already moving. HE rounds down range shortly. What are the big smoke? Yeah, that would be Cloud. Yeah, this is like Cloud. You can see here, The day is slowly going by. Visibility is 2,800 meters. The weather is fair. Wind is medium. Temperature is cool. The ground conditions are fairly good. Hello there, Yuri, and welcome to the stream. How are you doing, my friend? Now, this is quite worrying. Okay, so we have potential enemies within the town. So we do need to get our forces across here pretty damn quickly. Glasgow 1 is complete. What we will do here then is we will bring in Glasgow 1, change them to a new fire mission. I think more high explosive rounds. Yeah, definitely better get across. So I think what we'll do then is take our remaining guns here. Another 104 high explosive rounds. We'll deploy that about here. I think this is where we're expecting most of the enemy to be. Well, I think this is suggesting possible armored units, which is extremely dangerous. We do have our helicopters in place. Yeah, they're hovering about 49 meters up. Now, obviously, this isn't the true line of sight. Yeah, the mission briefing did mention the fact that the Soviets will be reinforcing this area and potentially counterattacking. Our orders are to cross the river ASAP and to then hold position. A potential infantry here. Rounds are landed down range. I doubt we'll kill anything here, but I think 104 shells would ideally disrupt their movement. About 200 shells in total will land in this area. Okay. If it makes them nervous, that's even better. The Scorpions are slowly crossing the river here. Our chieftains are just making their way into position. What we will do here then is we will fire high explosive on suspected enemy positions. Here and here. So they're going to adjust. Right, the Cargo sub team is crossing. Okay, this is worrying. So far we aren't spotting anything directly. The briefing did mention light enemy vehicles here on the bank. Right, Glasgow 1, fire for effect. Well, I'm not entirely sure. It's quite large. Mortars ready to fire. Fire for effect. Fire for effect. You have over 100 rounds, so we'll make use of those. Okay, the scout cars are just making their way across here. The Scorpions slowly making their way across, about halfway across, about 50%. Right. We'll change that mission. Now. This is an interesting question. Where should we smoke next? I think we'll smoke these areas here where there's actually a break in the town. I don't want to be sniped. We'll hit this area with a few smoke rounds as well. Okay, we are going to have the cargo staff team actually cross. Make your way across here as soon as possible. We do have our mechanized forces. We will begin moving the first one across the actual riverbank. It may be worthwhile just to unload them just to get some actual forces out in the field. Okay, so our tanks are actually making their way into position. That's good news. We need to keep fairly mobile here as the Soviet artillery is more than likely going to target us. Okay. The chieftains are making their way slowly across here, so what we're going to do then is, let's see. Do I keep a... I think what we'll do then is we'll keep our forces in position here. Have them overlook the actual centre of the town here. We've not seen any enemy light vehicles, so we do not know if they're still here. There are suggestions of enemy vehicles. We need to be very careful. Okay, we're going to move up the chieftains. Actual command section. Mechanized forces are moving. What we're going to do then is move these mechanized forces and have them make their way across into the actual town itself. Across the riverbank. Right. So what do our chieftains see from here? Very little, actually. We could probably do with moving them further up. Move forward slightly. Okay. Mortars are ready to fire, so what we're going to do then is put down 5 rounds. Well, 6 rounds, then we'll go for 6. 6 rounds of smoke, it's about 12 in total at each location. Then we'll readjust. Okay. I'm hoping this may be causing some issues with the actual enemy forces here. It very much depends on what the enemy is actually doing. As of this moment we have no eyes on target, so I'm going to hope that this is actually for the best. Glasgow 2 has completed. Now, I think what we'll do then is actually change Glasgow 2's orders. So this is going to be the question of where to deploy this. Okay. Good question. I do believe buildings can be completely leveled, as far as I'm aware. We'll have to see what we can do here. Okay, so we do have units across, and we should make use of that. So let's move our scout cars up. I'm going to have them move freely. Now, what I want to do is actually move... This is a question. We need to move here. We'll have them move to this location. The question is, though, would I rather wait for more reinforcements to arrive? I'd love to, but the thing is we need to get eyes on target. And at least we can start lighting things up. We need these chieftains across. At least the Carl Gustav teams are moving across here. They're going to be extremely fantastic. Okay, chieftains are moving up. Extremely slow movement across the river, but this is still working out fine. The FE-101s have just made it. They'll then be proceeding over here. So what we'll do then is actually rescind that last order, make that into a contact order. Same for this. Make that into a contact order in this area. Yeah, see, I'd like to move some scout forces into these woods over here. Or ideally further out, but this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm very vulnerable here. That's a really good point. Now, I do not dare move up my Gazelle helicopters to this location here, as I fear they would be shot down. So far, so good. Relatively small losses. We're going to move up our command unit to this position here. We'll start moving a second mechanized force. Have them move towards the crossroads. Okay, FE-101 Scorpions making their way across here. Right, what we're going to do then is we're going to start designating potential artillery position. It's a really interesting question because I don't know where the enemy is going to be making their push. We are going to have to sort of preempt this. What we'll do then is ideally have it ready for this. Well, I should tell them to fire at my command, so we'll cancel that. Okay. Infantry seem to move to the second floors, or to the actual higher floors. But I imagine it depends where the actual target would be for the position that they take. Scout cars are moving along quite nicely. They do have ATGMs, which is going to be great. The smoke is still here as of this moment. We do have some actual relief here. Yeah, that's a little bit higher. Interesting. As of this moment, no enemies spotted, which has been quite good. I expected enemy resistance here on the bank. So, in some ways that's quite good, in some ways it's quite dangerous, as the enemy could very well be behind any corner. The Scorpions are moving. Chieftains will be across here soon. We'll begin moving the second mechanized force across. Okay. Scorpion taking fire. Scorpion destroyed. That's not good. Okay, that has been destroyed by PT-76. These things are pretty damn capable. So this is not great. Okay, we are sighting enemies out here. I think what we need to do then is start dropping our artillery rounds down here. We have about 816 rounds available. Okay. Now, how do we want to do this? This is it. I don't know whether these units are actually moving. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Fly smoke beyond here. I know this is quite far forward. The reason I'm doing this is so the enemy has no vision until they actually arrive. And as well as the enemy makes their way into the smoke and past the smoke, at least not all of the enemies will actually have vision. I'm going to sort of step it as well. At least we will have these 5 positions ready to go as well, should the enemy actually take this path. It's a shame that we've lost a unit already. I think what we will do here then is, while we have the opportunity to do so, is... Well, I can't really move far up here. What I'm going to do is actually detach this actual car. Actually, no. Move a little bit further forward. Our forces are making their way across. Oh boy, there's quite a few enemies here. Oh boy, boy. One destroyed. The PT-76 is not aware of us, as far as we are concerned. High explosive was its job. Good, good, good. Taken out by Chieftain there. A PDS. Imagine high explosive could have done that. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're actually going to move the units by themselves. Continue to move up to this position here. We really do not know what we shall be expecting. We'll get in, move here. Right, I'm going to lay down some mortar fire. Do we have range with the mortars? Right, we are seeing potentially shots coming out from here. What we'll do then is start to put down... We'll put down smoke around here. It's nothing too great, but ideally this should actually help us. Fire for effect, fire for effect. Scout cars making their position. Yeah, I think we should try to push up to this actual tree line, but I don't know what is actually in position here. Frankly, we need forces across the river. Right, our Scorpion is taking fire. We are going to pop smoke. Scout car taking fire. Okay. Forget the last order and reverse out. Reverse into cover. Oh yes, of course you're going to be taking fire. Did not want you to be so exposed. Okay, pop smoke and reverse. You I want to have issued with separate orders. I want you to try and look through that position there, see if you can see between the actual houses. So our scout elements are taking damage, ideally they can survive this. When enemy artillery shelling our chieftains. Not great. Okay, control R, let's move across the river here, we have no choice. This isn't great. Have the MG team move across. Right, we've lost our scout car here, unsurprising. The enemy definitely looks as though they have elements here that are very dangerous. We're going to pull back. These elements are fairly viable. Helping taking fire. Okay, I'm going to assume that is a MBT. Which is not good. We're going to pop smoke and get the hell out of dodge. Here we have our vehicle here, have that reverse too. Okay, chieftains moving. Chieftains are almost across here. The mechanized forces are beginning to make progress. Okay, our fire missions are ready. We are going to start that. Fire. 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 Smoke's being laid out here. Now the question is, do we actually use our jets? It might be a good idea. Good idea. The issue is we don't know what we're facing here. It is going to take a few minutes, so we might as well start calling them in now. They will attack enemies within this circle. We'll have them brought to bear against the enemy. Going to take them about 5 minutes and 3 minutes and 43 seconds. So we'll call them now, and then ideally by the time they arrive, they should be able to do some quite mean things. Damn, our chieftain's been immobilized. It was like a look artillery. Either that or it may have been the actual round here. Actually not too bad, it might have actually been down to the actual shell that landed just then. Okay, what can we see from here? We have line of sight over here, but nothing too great. I think what we may do is... The issue is if I move my helicopters up, we do run a big risk. I think what we're going to try to do here is have them... Alright, you can't cross here. Okay. We're in a difficult position. I need forces across here. We are well aware that there's a multiple number of enemies here. Yep, there are smaller and larger scenarios. Wow. That is some extremely lucky artillery over here. That's extremely unlucky. Okay, so we did destroy a enemy BRDM-2. And that's very good news. Where was that taken out from? I'd say about here. Yeah, that would make sense. I'm not happy with the fact that we've actually lost a chieftain and everyone has been immobilized. It's extremely bad. Yeah, of course you're nervous. Have your HQ element move up. We are going to begin to move further chieftains up here into the town. Things are turning quite sour. FV 432 is immobilized. Okay, have you unload your men. Right. Okay, enemy fire coming in here. Scout car taking damage. Right, reverse. Okay, our forces are almost across the river. Okay, enemy infantry. We are going to take a risk. The reason I'm doing this is, frankly, we need information. I need targets. That's another one down. Yeah, the issue is, it's taken us a very long time to actually cross the riverbank. But the artillery fire has been extremely accurate. It's a shame that the chieftain's pointed in the wrong direction, but at least it's still a gun emplacement as of this moment. Okay. We are going to cancel these fire missions. Okay, the artillery needs to be dropped here. No. Mortars will do for now. Fire for effect. Fire for effect. This is difficult. We are going to start calling in some fire missions, at least setting some up for the future. So Glasgow 1. Says I really don't know where the enemy is. We can fire on last known positions, which might be a good idea. Enemies definitely moving in this area. Okay, we're moving pretty quick. Right, we're lucky, but it did not get caught up there. Right, chieftains are almost across the river. We are going to have to fight for every inch of ground here. Very, very clear. Right. Actually, to be fair, we do have the benefit of very covered terrain here. We are going to have the gazelles move across the river. If they take any fire, we'll have them moved. Right, the mortars are firing. Just over 2 minutes until air support arrives. Under 50 seconds here until air support arrives. Right, we've just lost another Scorpion as well. Unfortunately, we didn't see where from. I can expect it to be in this area here anyway. He's wrong Empire. Artillery has been brutal. Okay, we have one chieftain. Okay, Gazelle's taking fire. We need to pull the Gazelles back immediately. Pull back. I'd imagine they're taking fire from this area here. Okay. Yeah, ideally we don't have AAA. Okay, how are our mortars looking? I'm going to assume probably not too great, so I'm going to reserve some of that ammunition. We did see potential shot come from this area here, so let's put down some mortar fire. Yes, it seems like the actual fire is coming from this area. Okay, the chieftains are pretty much across. We do have one FE-101 left to us here. Let's see. You don't have great line of sight, so what we're going to do then is actually have you move pretty cautiously. So we'll be able to actually have some efficient fire. Here comes the Harriers. Okay, targeted enemies. Right, we are taking fire here. Right, we took fire in this area. I'm not entirely sure how that worked out. Okay. Ideally we may get those squadrons back. Okay. Yeah, I did. By for the fact. Okay. We have to hope it did take down something over this way. I'm not entirely sure. Right, the chieftains are across here. What we're going to do then is we're going to have them move into this position. FE-101 is actually moving out here. Ideally, that will show the enemy. Okay, we have a site in here potentially, so we're going to drop some high explosives. Potential enemy here. Right, second run. Yeah, definitely taking enemy fire. Okay, ideally they can make it out of the area of operation. Okay, so we will gain these back, fantastic. At least we'll gain the benefits of cluster bombs. It seems they fired off a few rockets. As of how effective that could have been, I'm not entirely sure. Ideally, it's somewhat effective. Right, lay down about 5 rounds, give or take. You click, and then it'll just follow. Like, if I just click on these units, I'll follow it on here, it'll follow us. Okay, I do have another Scorpion here. Okay, how many rounds are we down to? 668. We're losing a lot. Well, this is it. Does anybody have an idea where the AA position was? I kind of have a rough idea, but I'm not entirely sure. Lay down some mortar fire. How many rounds are we looking at? 83. Okay. Well, this is it. We need to hold them back until either we're destroyed or the enemy is forced to retreat. Do the sound effects up, which is damn good. Okay, so we have some elements across, some elements at chieftains. 432s are just making their way across. We do have a mechanized infantry squad, so we're going to start to move that up. Okay. It seems like the Harry actually took out the enemy here, at least as far as we're aware. I mean, enemy artillery. They really want that one. It could be potentially here. I think what we'll do is we'll potentially drop some fire down here. So we'll take Glasgow 1. We have Glasgow 2. We'll have that directed here. Glasgow 3. Yeah, this is it. At this moment, we don't know. That's really hurting me. Shame about that vehicle being mobilized. It's a shame that we actually lost a chieftain to the artillery. What a firepower loss there. Okay, we've occupied the embankment. Our Gustav team needs to make it to here. Something's there. Ah, you. Right, we're taking fire. We need to make it across the river. Okay, we have mechanized elements here. I need to make them, yeah. Then again, I think it might be worthwhile just to unload the infantry and have them move slowly. Right, the enemy's in location here too. Multiple forces. Okay. So far we don't see anything from the position. Actually quite a nice position here. Okay. I'm very much not happy about this. We've lost a chieftain here, and I can't answer that. We are going to pull back this chieftain. Right, we'll pop smoke. The enemy's somewhere here, and we can't see them. I'm going to have the helicopters move forward. I need to identify the enemy so I can actually put down some fire. I've lost 3 chieftains already, and it's really not a good thing. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on the helicopters. I need some line of sight. Okay, enemies moving in here. You can take indirect fire. This is the issue. We're trying to actually cross in the enemies raining down artillery. Right. Forces are making it across the river, so once we actually get some infantry down here into town, at least we should be able to start digging into somewhat a decent degree. I really want that chieftain dead. Can't say I blame them. Yep, definitely MBTs in this area. Right, Scorpion's been taken out. I don't think we can move past this first line of houses. I really don't. I think this is about as far as we can make it here. Make it to those houses. We need to dig in where we can. Right, helicopters are taking fire at this moment. So a whole lot of enemies here. I don't know how we can repulse this, to be fair. We do thankfully have Harrier support. It's a shame that we don't gain these Harriers back. I really could have done with that extra fire support. Fire for effect, fire for effect. Okay, we have line of sight on enemy. There's some distance there. This looks like an ATGM carrying vehicle, so this would be a very important kill. Definitely no MBT, but it's definitely something that we can't allow to live. Okay, hold fire. I'll hold position. I mean, I can't hold that position there. I'm only doing that because I have the actual smoke cover. We'll have our chieftain move up into this position. This chieftain... about there, give or take. Things are disorganized as we are trying to make it across here. Right, we did achieve a hit. I'm hearing what sounds like an ATGM. Oh, that's why. Position is known. Right, we're out of smoke. Fusion taking fire. Right, move back. Routed. Yeah, this is dangerous. Right, one of our helicopters is leaving the area. Lost the scout car. Chieftain taking fire. Chieftain destroyed. Ugh. We're not having a good time here. Okay, get infantry out. Gazelle's taking fire. The issue is we're effectively blind here. Okay, we're being shot here, which is not good. We've only got one choice, really, is to just push up. Right, T-64 out in the open here, so T-62. Lost another chieftain. God damn! Yeah, we've pretty much been down here on the river. The issue is, it's like if we move too fast, our units will become bogged down in the mud. And if we move too slow, we are going to be destroyed by artillery. So it's one of those, do we risk the crossing? We've lost a lot of chieftains here, which is really hurting us a heck of a lot. I mean a heck of a lot. Alright, start to take position as you can. Okay. Lay down some mortar fire. Taking multiple hits and I don't know what from. Maybe the PT-76? Right, so we are seeing T-62s. Okay, we need fire support in this area immediately. Just over a minute. Okay, we're going to hold our position here. Helgostav team needs to move ASAP. Okay. Right, we're damaged. I am going to pop smoke after it takes a shot. Pop smoke. Why we need artillery. Well, we just need more fire support in general. Yeah, you're right. Okay, looks like I'm going to start bringing down some mortar fire. Okay, you've spotted the enemy. Doesn't appear as though you've been spotted in turn. Yeah, helicopter support would have been very nice. We are taking indirect fire here. Now, whether that's due to the actual artillery already landed, we don't know. I need to take out this reconnaissance. We need to make it to this position here. Right, we do have chieftains making their presence known on the flank. At least we should be able to ideally stop this advance. And we'll just keep our units really hidden here. In fact, I am going to have you move up behind here. Right, good, kill. That thing should be dead. Okay. The emergency turret ejection system seems to be working fine for the Soviet vehicles. Hopefully we can see that in action a few more times. Okay, stop the fire. Enemy vehicle coming in here. Yeah, this is actually great. Okay, stop. It'd be great if I could have you rotate, but that's fine. Okay, let's indeed pop the turret clean off. Let's lay down some artillery. We are starting to run low on mortar rounds, which I'd imagine is not a good thing. Okay, fire support is ready. We're down to about 520 rounds. Once we do this, we are going to be starting to look pretty starved. We are going to need this support. Gazelles have retired from the battlefield. Okay, once we get our infantry into position, we'll be definitely in a much better shape. I'd have them move in a free formation. Make it across. Okay. Right, these chieftains are starting to light up the flank here, which is fantastic. That's some pretty effective fire. Yep, that is another turret ejected. Right, so far, we've actually managed to occupy a position from which we can actually punish the enemy. The issue is I've lost quite a number of chieftains already. Okay, at least my chieftain's in a good spot. Right, have you advance from there. Good flanking shot. Okay. We are dealing with the enemy. Okay, you're second fire. You're pretty much dead if you get hit, but that's a shame. I'm not entirely sure where you are, but I think it would be worth firing some HE down this way. That fire is so dangerous. That's rocket artillery coming in now. That's extremely bad news. And I imagine it's going to come here. Enemy vehicle destroyed. Right. Wherever that rocket artillery is going to land is going to be an absolute pain. Ah. Load the artillery back up. Load the infantry back up. Right, aircraft are ready. We'll employ them once we have the enemy somewhat distracted. Indeed. Ah. Okay. I'm glad it's landing here and not here, to be fair. Not great wherever it lands, but you know, I'd rather it land on that one chieftain that's pretty much doomed already. Okay. Once we do repel the initial enemy forces, we may be able to actually establish a semi-stable position. Yeah, that's been destroyed. X-wing aircraft inbound. This is not good. Rapier's about to open fire. I think. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to have these guys start to scram. Or in fairness... that may save you. But whatever's going to happen here, this is going to hurt. Okay, Rapier's about to light up. Oh dear. That's not good. Yeah, they're going to rip our forces apart here. Just as I loaded them back in, get the hell out. Pop smoke. Ooh, did we get a hit there? We got a hit. An action. Right. You son of a... Okay, that's another chieftain immobilized. Overall light damage, but that seems like iron bombs have been dropped there. Right, that looks like another hit there. I destroyed another vehicle here. Okay, this situation is really bad. I need to make my way over here. Ouch. Yeah, mechanized, getting out of here. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, infantry's out. We have another old Gustav team. Okay. Now, the thing is, I could try... What I'm going to do is actually load the infantry back in, and it might be a very risky thing, but what I'm going to do here is actually have them move out. I think what we need to do here is actually start to lay down some fire. Let's see. Let's make this smoke. I need to protect my forces here. Right, we have some Carl Gustavs here. Okay, get back in. Again. P-62s. $262 remaining. That artillery's just been brutal. Need to redeploy. I need them to make it over here. Well, I just lost another chieftain. God damn. Okay. Move fast. I need you to get there. I need infantry deployed here. By danger close. Enemy down. There's some heavy smoke in that area. Right, Glasgow 1. Fire. Really running low on ammunition now, which is really quite dangerous. We're gonna have to save over a lot. Okay. Trying to set up our chieftains here in the town. Don't line of sight. Let's get the hell back. OG. OG. Mobilized. Not good. Here comes another enemy advance. Yeah, that's the issue. I do need you in the house. The Soviet artillery really has been a really big problem. I just have to hope that they can actually withstand that. Right, nervous, light damage, rest, however. Everyone has been routed. I need to get forces in here. But again, that's far too risky. Move out artillery. Right, seems as that T-62 has spotted us. Right, dusk has arrived. Okay. This is going to become rather interesting. Night will be falling soon enough. Yeah, we do have our forces here on the other side of the bank. We are trying the Soviet forces as they make their way past the town. The issue is we're being hit from forces out here. Difficult. I do have some air support. I will begin to call that in now. Going to take about 3 minutes and 20 seconds to arrive. Okay, we are taking fire. Now we do have a flanking shot on the T-62. Hopefully we can kill that. The Chieftain has its frontal armor, which hopefully should make all the difference. Okay, we have a BMP here. That would be Glasgow 4. Right, we do have a chance to kill light-skinned vehicle. Right, they're making their break. Keep moving. But we killed that. Right, we're going to try and push our chieftains up here, try and kill the Ocean T-62s. Everyone has been immobilized. Destroyed. That's a shame. Now, they are spotting for us. Okay, what we're going to do then is going to have these teams drop. Unload and we'll move up. Chieftain is taking fire. I'm going to hold position here. I'd be mad to move up. That one can move up. Okay. We do have a Harrier inbound in about 2 minutes. Not going to save a lot of our forces, but it may be something. Should kill the enemy once they cross into our crossfire. Son of a bitch. Another chieftain down. I really can't afford to lose that many chieftain. That is really costing me. Okay. Okay. Hit you. This has been our savior so far, but they're under heavy artillery fire. Right, we're being flanked. That is not good. Oh dear. Yeah. Not good. I frankly have nothing to kill that. Wow. Goodbye, FV 101. You had a good shot. Get the heck out of dodge. Have this chieftain rotate ASAP. Otherwise, we are buggered. Yup, I'm not surprised about it. Okay, this is a bad situation. Rotate, rotate, rotate. How long till the Harriers here? Oh, just over a minute. Please God, arrive faster. Just over a minute. They're routing. Okay, the enemy's making a push down here. I did give them orders to move fast, so fair enough. Fusion taking fire. I've had chieftains retreat, so we can try and deal with this. We do have one chieftain here. I'm not entirely sure if he can make it, so I'm going to pop smoke just to see if that saves him. I wish we still had this. Okay. Fire for effect. Just over, well, just under a minute until the Harrier arrived. Okay, we do have eyes on with our chieftain here, thankfully. 3. Pop smoke. Good shot, man. Good shot. Right, we lost a FV432, but hopefully our chieftain here can kill this threat. Yes, thank God for that. Holding the flank here, barely. Okay, forces have arrived. Unload. Move here. Okay, just unload where you are. Ooh. Right, we have our Gustav teams set up now. Just over 20 seconds until the Harrier support arrives. Okay, you need to pop smoke, otherwise you're gonna die. Load. Right, just move fast, I guess. Actually, just unload, otherwise that team's gonna die. I do believe units can automatically pop smoke. Right, it's another FV42. Or at least they popped, well, got the infantry out. I guess just move back to the actual safety. Right. Fire for the fire for the fan. Incoming aircraft. The Harrier support has arrived. Nice. Do I only have the one Harrier? Seems I only do have the one Harrier. And that Harrier did just drop some cluster bombs. We need that to come back. Oh, it's going down. Well, so much for that. We did take down an enemy vehicle though, so at least that was something. Right, reverse. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. D62 down. Okay, mortars firing. I don't want to move that chieftain because it's in a good solid spot. So much for that chieftain. Yeah, we've lost so many chieftains here. Okay, it's a bit of an overkill, but then again you only have 80 gems. I think this is going to very badly. Very badly indeed. In my opinion, we've lost far too many chieftains. Okay. Yeah. We can try though. Right, hold fire. Once you retreat there. Well, pull back slightly. Okay, at least we have our infantry in the actual building. Okay. Enemy fixed-wing aircraft. Here we go. This is gonna be hurt. Okay, they've already been spotted by a rapier though, thankfully. Too little too late, but then again it's only going for a vehicle, that doesn't matter too much. Right, that's a hit. Ideally we can take it down. Requiring target. Again, that single hit probably should be enough. Did not actually complete its bombing run, it seemed. Yeah, air spot gone. Down to 372 rounds. Okay, at least we can get flanking shots, ideally. Yes, the AI is pretty resourceful. And what we are going to do is change the location Glasgow 1. I'm going to use that to actually cover our advance. Right. Build is down to 300 meters. Don't know if we'll be able to move forces forward. Okay. So if we take a look at things, We have lost quite a few units here. We should move it up. Crossing the River Elbe. We are somewhat hold of a line here. We have destroyed quite a decent amount of the enemy's forces. We've lost far too many of our own chieftains. It seems like the enemy is changing tactics. They're no longer pushing the right, it seems they're pushing the left. Yeah, they're pushing the left in a big way. Okay, what I'm going to do then is we'll have our fire missions set up in this area. Yeah, they're still moving. Slowly. Let's go, one ready to go. Fire for effect. Right, we'll use the actual dusk and we'll use the smoke to actually move up. And, well... I suppose in a way, issues these FV really not very good. Yeah, these are immobilized. Right, we're out of smoke. Not good. Lots of enemies here. Right, start to put down some fire. Okay. Range is dropping in terms of visibility. Not too much that's going to make a huge difference. So soon we'll be able to start moving forces up. Okay, just get out of there. Fire for effect. Okay, if we can, we'll move our units. Particularly want headquarter units on the front line, to be fair. Still immobilized, still immobilized. Mobilized. I really wish we could have had that chieftain. Okay, I think while we have the opportunity, we'll start moving up these Carl Gustav teams. Okay, I'd rather you ignore infantry. Let's go one, ready to fire. There we go. Yeah, do not fire. But those orders are going to take some time, but just don't fire. Okay. Now currently the enemy is stationary. Hopefully that should encourage them to move into the sights of my chieftain. Okay, chieftain has line of sight on wheeled vehicle. Hopefully can get a kill. That's the issue here. We only have a small amount of time for our target acquisition. Yeah, they're definitely being encouraged to move now. Good, target destroyed. Right, hopefully we can try to destroy them as they move down the road here. with what we have remaining in terms of mortar rounds, we are going to start to light up this area. There we go. Wonder if I was to use illumination rounds. Right, they're retreating. Can't blame them. Okay, let's move a unit in here to make sure we hold this. Move one in here to make sure we hold the embankment. Let's go 3 out. Okay. Open fire, open fire. I don't think this will be a victory, but we'll see. Mortar rounds will be landing shortly. Alright, we are starting to get some line of sight. Okay, scout car is taking fire. Knew it was going to happen. Hot smoke. Get the hell out of dodge. Fine. But I mostly play zoomed out just so I can really see what's going on. Okay, we've occupied all 3 objectives, which is nice. Again, it's really up to player, really. I find it easier for controlling the actual battle. Okay, I cannot simply afford to lose another chieftain, so you will pop smoke and you will retreat. Your position is under fire, that means you are going to die eventually. Okay, keep the artillery rolling. We'll eventually move into the actual area of effect for my infantry. Indeed. Yeah, the left is somewhat solid for the moment. Hopefully the enemy will move in and we'll be able to deal with them. Right, infantry is starting to be of use now, which is good. Right, they do have Cargo Staves. Let's hope they make use of them. Now, I'm going to start firing. I know it's a danger close, but frankly I need to make sure they're not going to enter the town. Okay, that's a bunch of enemies here. These Cargo Staves need to be useful. Good, one down, thankfully. At least the mechanized infantry can kill tanks. Right, you're not equipped with a Cargo Staff. Personally, you do have light mortars. Okay. Still so much more to come, so we'll save these artillery rounds. At least for the moment. I'm assuming that the Ruskies are moving into the town here. Okay. I'm going to take this opportunity to move up further support. Okay, Chieftain is going to reposition. Yeah, you're retreating back there. Well, that's a shame. Not entirely unexpected. To be honest, we do need some infantry here as well. Well, they move slow. Okay, Chieftain spotted target. PTR 60 PPV. Because they're low in ammunition. Do we even have any high explosive left? Because we're just down to illumination rounds. Well, let's see what we can do with that. Infantry should have an easier time of things. This is getting a little bit danger close. Yeah, Soskin. Okay. Unload. Pop smoke, make sure you survive. Pop smoke. Head for that building. Okay, I don't know how effective illumination rounds are going to be at this point, but let's buy whatever we have remaining, really. Okay, that vehicle has ideally... No. Just out of sight. Okay, Carl Gustav has line of sight. Hopefully they should be able to kill. Okay, illumination down. Father Gustav. Okay, now they're pushing into the town. Okay, Chieftain starting to open fire. Missed. Of an infantry team. Destroyed. How many rounds do we have left? 176. Come on, Gustav. No damage. Okay. Second... Right. You'll be spotted as you try to cross the bridge. Indeed. Target acquired. Take the shot. Okay, undamaged. We'll have another chance here with Carl Gustav. Right, you're going to come under fire, but please take the shot. But the T-64 doesn't have an idea. We may kill it eventually. Okay, the enemy is moving in. Fire. Fire. Okay, have the mortars just put one round. Ooh. That's awkward. That is awkward. Off smoke. No luck here. Let's see. Right, we lost that section. Wait, you're ready to move. Good, good. Have you move up? Okay. Damaged. But yeah, effectively these are useless now. They still have some hand grenades, because that may make a difference. It looks like SBAA. Also kind of mortar. I suppose in the face of it, we have taken a lot of losses, but we have secured, at least potentially secured the riverbank. Counterattack has been ferocious, but at least we may actually be victorious. Okay, it's never a good idea to actually miss the first shot in a tank engagement. Usually going to spell your death. T-64A does not seem to be aware of our presence. I'd imagine that's down to the... yeah, the visibility is down to 14... no damage. 1400 meters. It's probably just not miss... well... again, I suppose it's bunkered up. Ooh, yeah. No Gustavs. We do have an M72 law. Yeah, we need to kill that. I minimize losses. Could have destroyed it. And that's down. Okay. Seems like the enemy's getting somewhat desperate here. $20 rounds left. Definitely not much here. To law. Oh wow, we achieved a tactical victory. Whew. Just in time. Just in time. Right, we did lose a lot of vehicles. I'm not happy that we lost 24 vehicles. Then again, most of those are going to be like soft skins. We did lose an aircraft. The Soviets lost an aircraft. They lost 35 vehicles. 24 troops, 7 routed. Not a huge loss for the Soviets here, but then again, we did actually achieve what we came out to. Not a great situation. But thankfully we managed to make it work. I suppose holding the objectives really did make that possible. Right, so let's take a look at this and yeah, let's look at the amount of units that really... this was a dangerous thing there. If we take a look, yeah, they were basically... this was it. Almost everything was gone at this point. They did have a squad here. BTR, EMP1, ZSU. But yeah, other than that, they had no T-64s left, so thankfully managed to hold on. We lost a lot of units. I'm not particularly happy that we lost chieftains over here. We lost units in the rivers due to the actual mud there. You can really see just how much a river ford can make a difference. You need to be very careful of venturing units across here. But thankfully, we do manage to pull off a victory, which is superb. So thank you so very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you have enjoyed this as I have, and I'm very excited for next week. Do forgive these small technical difficulties, that is just something that is part and parcel of a developing game. Other than that, I hope you guys have become even more excited. Hype is building here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope to see you again next week. Thank you from us here at Matrix, as well as the developers. See you again next week. Goodbye for now.